how you doing? It's Yvonne here, and today I'd like to show you how I made this gatefold card. It's really simple to make, very cute, and a little different from your traditional fold card. But it is the same size and will fit in any envelope. Let's get started. To start off, you will need a piece of cardstock, which measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You will take your scoreboard at this point, and you will lay it down across the 8 1/2 inch end, and you will score at 2.1, 2 1/8, and again at 6 and 1 2 3 3/8. Okay, so that you score it at 2.18 and at 6.38. So if you flip it over, it's still 2.1 here and 2.1 there. Okay, that's all the scoring you're going to need, so you can put your scoreboard away. And what you will see is if you fold it in on both sides and you burnish it, you will have yourself a gatefold card perfectly. Okay, so the next thing I did is I took some ivy here, but you can take anything that you like, any borders that you like, to add on to it. But first, because it is green on green, I'm going to add a piece of burgundy cardstock, and this cardstock measures 2 by, let me see, it measures 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and you're going to need 2 pieces of that, and that's going to fit on the panels. And you will adjust it. I'm using Nouveau glue just because I find it easier to position my my panels. But if you like using your tape gun or whatever else you have, feel free to do it. I just like my Nouveau glue right now, and I like the little nib on it. But most preferably, I love the fact that it's not too thin of a glue and not too thick of a glue. To me, it works out perfectly. Okay, there are a lot of glues out there. You just got to find one that you like. Okay, so now I just pulled off that corner, so I'm going to make sure that I have. There you go. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull out my Xyron little glue stick, if I can find it. Oh, right here. Sorry about that, guys. My Xyron stick, and I'm just going to slide this in here, and I'm going to add some glue. Now, if you don't have one of these, don't shed. Just put glue on the back side of it, and you'll be all set. I just kind of like this because I'm lazy, and I find it easy to adhere to the card. It just it adheres everything, every little piece that there is. So I'm going to carefully and gently pull it off. Make sure I don't rip any of these little cards off because it is a bit delicate. And I'm going to add this piece, like so. And I'm just going to fix my leaves and so forth. And if I find myself having too many, it's easy to snip off. So, as you can tell right here, I have a little bit of an overhang, so I'm just going to cut it right there. And right there. And there, I have it here. So I'm going to do the same thing for the other side, and I'm going to run it through my Xyron. These little things are only, I don't know if they're $10 or so, and the refills are approximately the same. I've had mine for years, but I really like it. I find it extremely helpful in many ways when I'm doing intricate dies, because if they can fit in there, it saves me a lot of gluing. So I think it was a very good investment into my arsenal of craft supplies. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add this one, and I'm going to use the guideline on the side as my guide to where, how close to put it. And there you go, there you go. And again, I'm having a little bit of overhang because this was a full die. It wasn't meant to be on the panel. And we have ourselves two panels with the ivies on it, and it looks really adorable. So I'm going to add on this little piece right here, like that. And I see that I missed it, so I'm going just to add a little touch of glue. There. And we have it made. So there we go. We have it all done. Now I'm going to set this aside for a bit because now I'm going to build it up. And what you're going to need to build it up is some dies here also. These dies came in a pack like this, and it comes from Card Making Magic by Christina Griffin. And I love her stuff. She's from the UK. I just find it so refreshing to have something different. And I really like her dies, and she's focused. She's shown quite a few times on videos and how she's very good. If you like delicate looking things, she would be the one to go for. So right now I've cut out 6 of these little flowers that she had on her die, and I'm just going to layer them one on top of another. And what I did, you can see that I've sponged. I've just taken my Distress inks and ran it over very quickly just to give it a bit of different tones. And I also did the same thing with the leaves here. I just kind of rubbed and just gave it a little bit. It's hard to see on camera, but in reality, you can see the difference, and I like it. So you just stack them one on top of another like so, and you will have yourself 2 flowers before you know it. And they're so pretty, so well detailed, and her dies cut just like butter in the cutting machine. And if you can tell, there's all, like, the details are just super duper. I think I like details. I think it's worth the effort when you're crafting sometimes, and it takes a little longer, but I absolutely love it. So I'm just kind of forming it this way as I'm going along, and I'll puff it up once it's on the card. But that's about it for that. And then what I did is I just took my leaves here, and all I did was add on some glue, which I took just my gun here, my tape gun, and I just, on the opposite side, just ran a bit of tape like so. And then I added it to the card. I added one on the side here. Then I took my good old little flower here, and I added it to the top of that with a glue dot. So let me grab myself a glue dot. glue dot. I'm trying to say that many times. And I'm going to add it right on top like this. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this one. I'm just going to run my glue in the back a tad, pull it out, and just pull the leaf a little bit. And there's no rhyme or reason where you put it. Nature has its own mind, and this is what you do. And you end up with a flower like that. Now what I did is, on the other one is the same thing. I just took some gems. I could have put anything in the center, not anything, but I could have played with it, but I like the little gems. I finally gave it some sparkle. And that's it. And then you take the other one and you do the same thing. You put it on the other end. And what it did by adding, I don't know, I'll pull it closer to the camera there in a few minutes to show you. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I'll try to show you that the leaves are not too dark, but just by distressing it, it just made it dark enough that it stands out more than the ivies. So I like that effect. I really do. And it works out just great. So there you go. You have two and one gem in the front. I puff it up and I have my two flowers. Let me show you closer. Maybe you can tell on the closer. Frames are being dropped. Why is that? All right, I might have to edit a bit here. But anyway, I don't know if you can tell on the leaves. The leaves are just a tad different colors, and it makes a difference. Now, in order for me to add, like I did over here, I added a banner across, and all I did for that is I stamped. I had this Merry Christmas stamp. It's not quite the same as that one, but something I've had for years. As you can tell, it's all stained, but it works. And I stamped Merry Christmas like that. And I'm using Memento ink, black tuxedo. And then all I did was add a little bit of lace. And the lace you can find at the dollar store. You can find them just about anywhere. It's not anywhere, but dollar store has plenty. Just added a piece to the edge like that. And the card is almost done. So you can wrap it around if you like, or just cut the edges. That's up to you. I cut the edges, it goes like this. And I add more tape. Good little 2-3 strips of this tape to make sure that it stays on there. I put it across, and there I have my card that says Merry Christmas. And I have my decoration. Now, totally different because I have ivies, and then I get hollies and a little flower. But isn't that sweet? It's so adorable, so stinking cute. And here, all I did was take a piece of cream cardstock, and I used my Distress ink, which is, the colors are Crushed Olive here, and Barn Red here. And I edged them all around and a little bit inside. I like that look. And I'm going to insert this right inside like this. It's really simple, quick, and it makes to be a really nice card. I like to make different cards once in a while. I just find that it kind of keeps you fresh. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I mean. You're like me. You like something different. There you go. And I'm just going to fold it, give it a good burnish again. And on this side, the same thing. I'm just going to give it a good burnish. And then on the inside, on this one here, I used May Your Christmas Be Cozy and Warm and Bright, and I added a few things. But you can use whichever stamp that you like, and it'll be fine. Like I'm going to use, let's say, Season's Greeting from Your Home to Ours. Okay, so I'm just going to use that. And with my block, take this one off. And here, I'm just going to add a sentiment inside. You can decorate it the way you want. It really doesn't matter. I'm just going to add my greeting to the side. Oops, I hope I didn't. Yep, I thought I had did that. Well, I might have to rearrange this. Season's Greeting, and I would definitely add something. Maybe I'll add this wreath on the bottom, on the other side, or on the top somewhere. Now you can use color for this. You don't necessarily have to use black Memento ink, but this is what I'm using right now. And I'm just going to push it down, nice and firm, up. I should have done this on my, well, there you go. It's going to work just the same. It's stopping me because of my thing. You may want to stamp it before you make the card. It would be better. I will be definitely fixing this in no time at all. What's happening is my block can't go flat because of that, because of the gem in that. Maybe if I take off the gem for now, maybe I can work it out. What do you think? Should I double dip? I've double dipped on the other one. Maybe I can double dip on this one. Here, let's try it out. see how accurate I can be just for fun. If not, I can fix it. And I will off camera. There you go. That's perfect. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And I'll add my little gem back in the center here. There you go. My card is finished. And it says Merry Christmas. Easy peasy, fun, cute as a cuddle. Anyway, this is Yvonne for now, and I am going to leave you and see you soon with another video. Have yourself a great day, guys, and most importantly, be happy.